Weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire.
Welcome back to Sport Cruise live on Mainland at 98.3 FM. My name remains Triple O. I've got Tunde Young and Opeyemi Akinyode still in the studio. And before we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and also get into the preview of the London derby that will be happening tonight at the Emirates Stadium between Arsenal and Chelsea, let's talk about Leeds United. Yes, Sam Allardyce is in the frame for a dramatic return to management, with Leeds United strongly considering turning to the former England boss to rescue their season. Allardyce has emerged as a leading contender to take over at Elland Road, with the current head coach Javi Garcia increasingly likely to be sacked on the back of Leeds' 4-1 defeat to Bournemouth on Sunday. United are staring at relegation in the face after taking 1 point from their past 5 matches, and they dropped to 17th place following Leicester City's 2-2 draw against Everton. And for Garcia, he's been in charge of Leeds for only 2 months after he was appointed in February as successor to Ese Matt on an initial deal to end till the end of the season. So, but a weak display at Bournemouth and a severe downturn in form appears to have spelled the end of his time in the post. So, just 2 months after being brought in to salvage the season for Leeds United till the end of the season, he's staring being sacked. He's looking at losing his job as we speak, and is Sam Allardyce a man that Leeds United can turn to save them this time around from relegation with just about 6 games to go?
Yeah, the last team that did that regretted it. Yes, he has a reputation for
keeping teams up.
Yeah,
but the last video didn't work.
I mean, it's not. Sam Allardyce I think he's at least 70 years old. I will check that now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not. I don't. This appointment is very bizarre from Andrea Radzezzani. That's the owner of Leeds United. Even more bizarre. Sam Allardyce is 68 years old. By the way, to confirm. Even more bizarre was the decision to appoint Gratia in the first place, which is radically different from what Leeds are known for. Leeds play high intensity, press up the pitch football. Gratia is an incredibly defensive manager. Gratia, not to be confused with Avi Garcia, another Spanish former footballer who is also now a coach. This Avi Gracia, the one that coached Watford before. So, like, is from his Watford days, even most recently at Valencia, we've known him as someone that can. I
mean, the Leeds United team was not built for. I like this Senegalese coach. But moving on, Leeds United, the structure of the team from Marcelo Bielsa over to Mark State, they weren't built for a defensive style of play.
Yes, absolutely. And just looking at Sam Allardyce's
numbers,
Sam Allardyce's record in terms of his former jobs, the last time he stayed beyond a year at the club was 2015 at West Ham. It was 2011 to 2015. Ever since then, it's 1 year. 1 year at Sunderland, 15-16. Less than 1 year.
I mean, they are looking at bringing him in as a quick fix. Can Leeds United be fixed?
I was building also. How many?
Last time they with West Bromwich Albion didn't work. He relegated the team. And that's the only team he had actually ever relegated. By the way,
should the coach be fired?
See, I think the idea,
or they should stick with the coach till the end of the season.
I think Leeds are just looking at the fact that, well, you look at the other teams around them. It's as good as confirming Southampton has been relegated to 4 points. I just don't know where they want to get that team to clip it.
By the way, we are streaming live on Facebook and also on YouTube. You can go to Mainland 98.3 FM to join the conversation on Facebook. You can also do the same on YouTube. Just go straight to Mainland 98.3 FM. You can join the conversation right there by dropping your comment. Go on, okay.
First off, yesterday when we were talking about Barcelona, I said Barcelona needed 1 point out of their possible 18 left. It was actually 8 points. That was a slip. I went back to listen to the program and I heard that mistake. So I had to just drop that disclaimer quickly. They need 8 points
out of the possible
18 to be crowned La Liga champions. Yeah. So that's that. I think a lot of us need to understand something, that Leeds are just fighting for whatever they hold left. For Everton, their game yesterday, they couldn't be separated alongside our fellow relegation strugglers. That's Leicester City. They played the 2-2 draw. I mean, and the draw actually took Leicester out of the relegation zone.
Same number of points with Leeds
exactly,
United.
That's what I'm saying.
Looking at the relegation zone, Leicester City are on 30 points. Leeds United are below them on 30 points due to an inferior goal difference. Nottingham Forest also on 30 points, but an inferior goal difference means that Nottingham Forest are 18. Everton and 19th with 29 points.
Looking at the table, let's look beyond position now and see that Leeds United have actually scored 13 more goals than Chelsea. Leeds United are one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They've scored 43 goals this season. Those are not numbers for a team that is struggling.
Now,
but that they minus 24.
But that's where the logic comes in between in Ian having Gratia, a defensive manager, and then moving on from Gratia to also looking to bring him Sam Allardyce, someone that is known for. Maybe they believe that we already have the goal scoring part.
The final 6 games of Leeds United, whether you stick with Avigatia or you want to go with Sam Allardyce, their next game is against Manchester City. After Manchester City, they play against Newcastle United. They play West Ham and they play Tottenham. In fact, they have just 5 more games left. 5 more games left in the Premier League. That's for Leeds United. Manchester City at the Etihad, they host Newcastle United.
Leeds have 4 more games. They played 34 games already.
No, 4 more games. I beg your pardon. 4 more games. Manchester City at the Etihad. They play at Elland Road against Newcastle United after playing. Aside from West Ham United, we are also battling relegation.
Less than the other teams around them, and they are 4 points around them. But from Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Leicester, all of them have 30 points each. That means it's just 4 points separating the teams 18th and West Ham in 15th position. In fact, it's just 7 points that separating 14th place team, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers, and 18th place Nottingham Forest. Just 1 point for Everton. See, let's be sincere with ourselves. Southampton, they are done and dusted. They are done and dusted emphatically. And I predicted at the start of the season that Everton were going to get relegated. As much as I don't like the sound of that, probably because we have a Nigerian player playing there. And by the way, Alex Obi got a goal. He got the equalizer for Everton yesterday.
Beautiful.
But you would expect that of yourself when you have a certain Frank Lampard that well, his first game was against Arsenal, 1-0 victory, and we all need to
manager
bounce, whatever, and he's not been able to sustain that tempo.
The next game is against Brighton. Well, we just never can tell.
I'm afraid Everton would have to win at least. They have to get at least 11 points out of the possible. They get that 11, it will take them to 40 points.
Well,
so I don't know how they want to win 4 and draw 1 of the last.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo now. There are reports that Ronaldo, who joined the Saudi Arabian giant after his Manchester United contract was terminated following his explosive interview with Piers Morgan, has come out, or there are reports linking him away from Saudi Arabia, that he wants to leave the Saudi Pro League and he wants to go to Real Madrid, not to play for Real Madrid, but as an ambassadorial role right there at Real Madrid. Perez has come out to say there's always a job for Ronaldo if he chooses to return to Real Madrid. But are these signs of Ronaldo looking at just throwing the towel and retiring?
He's allowed to retire, but I don't even think so. I don't see Ronaldo leaving and going to become an ambassador at Real Madrid. See, Ronaldo is not going to walk away from football. Ronaldo is going to be ushered out of football. He's going to do with all the poise and elegance you would expect. Is it that he's looking for more money or he's looking for attention? That's where the story is coming from.
I don't think he could possibly want more money, because it's the fact that he's already the highest paid athlete in
the
world,
human history,
according to Forbes. So he's ranked number 136 million, ahead of Lionel Messi, 6 million more than Lionel Messi. So I don't see how money is the issue. I think it's a matter of fulfillment. I think Ronaldo, yes, I don't know personally. This is just
and he's gotten good numbers, 10 goals in 10 games in the Saudi Arabian
League. So
this
is just an assumption. It's not fact. I was not talking to Ronaldo earlier before the show started. But
so
I can say from what we know about him, I can make the assumption that his satisfaction is not coming, even though the money is coming.
He's been dragged.
Ronaldo is incredibly competitive,
and he's been dragged in the Saudi.
He's incredibly competitive, and I
he's not getting that competition, right?
I felt like he still had a bit more for
to
Europe.
offer at the big stage.
I feel like the Saudi move was a bit too early, but considering that he didn't have a lot of options, the way by his own fault, nobody's fault, is the one that made the Manchester United exit Messi. Look, for someone that competitive, for someone that's in the last international break for Portugal, it was still very much among the goals. Scored 4 goals, over 2 goals, 4 goals or even 5 goals, and including the free kick. So it's someone that can still offer something in Europe. When you look at players,
you still want more for Ronaldo. We still want to watch Ronaldo play and score goals.
So maybe that realization, even though the money is coming in, he didn't need more money. I mean, yes, nobody will turn down 200 million a year, no doubt about that. But still, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He wasn't exactly poor. He wasn't exactly starving. It's not. So it was nice to get the money and break record as the highest paid athlete in the history of the world. But at the end of the day, for someone, even though at 37 years old, he still has lots of abilities that could have been useful to some teams in Europe. And did not damage his own reputation with that
interview,
with that silly interview, and the events preceding, not just the interview. He made himself undesirable because of everybody knows the ability, but people were like, if he comes, he will start throwing these tantrums. He'll be leaving the bench when they not bring him inside. They did all of that.
But a lot of people will still bury all of those things and bring Ronaldo for obvious reasons.
I mean, the MLS will go down on their knees to get Ronaldo into their league.
MLS clubs will gather money together and collect Ronaldo. So every month
use him this week.
You play for us next week.
So, yes, I know how competitive Ronaldo is. I'm certain he probably would have taken a pay cut to play for maybe Atletico Madrid or AC Milan or something.
Ronaldo can't play for Atletico Madrid. He can't play for Madrid City rivals. I don't see him doing that.
Okay.
I mean it. I don't see him doing that.
Okay.
He's arguably
maybe away from the La Liga.
He's arguably Real Madrid's biggest player of all time.
Okay.
Arguably.
All right. So let's talk about us about this. But these are two teams that they are not informed heading into this one. Even as
lost form recently. The other team never been good. So you can't.
They not obtain the format. Whether na jam form, whether London derby.
What is this guy saying?
What is pride?
Chelsea have lost 5.
Frank Lampard has your nude pictures. That's why you've been supporting him even before he got reappointed.
I'm not. You see, now this is it. The reason I said that is because
form and Chelsea should not be put in the same context.
Now again,
throughout this season,
let's realize that this is also a derby match, and they say derby matches
cannot.
Tunde Young, let's go. Let this man continue.
The Real Madrid game was a make or mark game.
But for
a fully grown man played 3-6-1. The Brentford game. No, you want to talk? Let's talk. I didn't want to get into this, but you have riled me up. The Brentford game, derby. What happened in that one? A derby against Tottenham, probably a team that is just as bad as Chelsea. The Chelsea beat Tottenham this season. Derby.
But Chelsea, Liverpool didn't beat Tottenham.
Now, from Arsenal's point of view, Arteta has come out to say they can still win the league. Of course,
they can.
They can still win the league, even though Manchester City are now, in charge. They are on top of the league. But Arsenal wins tonight.
They go back on top. 2 games more now, ahead of City.
2 games ahead of City.
I don't see how they don't win tonight. So let us just calm down.
So that game is at the Emirates. And
just calm down.
So what's it?
See, I think tonight's game is, let's be realistic with ourselves. I think Chelsea fans should manage their expectations. I've been seeing a lot of predictions on social media. In fact, a friend of mine just placed a bet of £510 on the fact that Chelsea will win and Arsenal will not even score a single goal at the Emirates Stadium.
People dream.
I mean, people have that confidence, and it's very simple. I understand your point of it's a derby match. You throw forms out to the window. This is not against Arsenal. Now, before the game against Liverpool, where the 3 run of draws for Arsenal started, it's not like they've not been scoring. Arsenal have scored in every of the games they've drawn or lost.
Even when they lost to
the
City.
only game Arsenal have not scored this season in the Premier League was the 0-0 at the Emirates Stadium against Newcastle.
So Arsenal will score. Will Chelsea score?
Chelsea have not scored a goal apart from the deflected effort by Gallagher against Brighton in the last 5 games. In fact, Chelsea have
for 5 losses on the bounce. Chelsea, if they lose today to Arsenal,
when they lose today,
well, they've not played. So that's how the fortune of this.
Let me break each. And Chelsea plays Bournemouth next. Inferior goals difference. It's not that plus goal difference. Don't come leading Chelsea with 39 points. And Chelsea have 39 points on the table.
And guess what? If they double Chelsea's goals, double Chelsea's the non-contest. Look, the last Chelsea have only, how many games have Chelsea won at the Emirates since 2012? Just guess. Call a random number. That game they needed 2 late goals from Jorginho and Tammy Abraham. I don't know if you remember that. So like historically, in recent times, as home or away, we're under Arteta.
They lost.
Home and away steady.
Be a bit unpredictable. Now, you want to make a good point or a statement. They own London at the moment based on the record. Yes, Champions League 2. They are the only London team that have won the Champions League, so you can't take that away from them. They won every club tournament or every club competition. But for tonight, I would want Chelsea fans to eat before the match. Don't keep yourselves up. And I'm trying to understand why Chelsea fans all of a sudden you guys have to be optimistic because Arsenal have been in a bad run of form.
Okay, now there are also reports away from the match now. Still about Arsenal. There are Arsenal's title contending. The Arsenal model of doing business in the past is they have plan A. If the value they place on that player is just too high, Arsenal are not that kind of team that wants to go all the way out. And once they try and they see that you are playing airball with them, they just go with their second plan. They did that with Mikhailo Mudryk before getting Trossard and all of that. But still, Arsenal, good addition if they get him.
I think the defense will be something Arsenal really need to look into. Arsenal's defense this season has been amazingly good, but then the moment Saliba picked up that injury in that Europa League quarterfinals defeat against Sporting, you just know that Rob Holding was not going to fix in that bill. And look at how many goals they've conceded after them. 13 goals they've conceded. In fact, in their last 4 Premier League games, they've conceded 11. 2 against Liverpool, 2 against West Ham, 3 against Southampton, and 4 against Manchester City. Before those run of games, in fact, before the game against Man City, Arsenal have won the highest number of points away from home, and they've considered the fewest number of goals away from home, just 13 before they played Man City. So the defense has been something that they've really struggled with. I mean, at some point, what's his name? Aaron Ramsdale was up there with the goalkeeper of Newcastle, and in respect to the number of clean sheets that they've had this season. But look at how bad Arsenal have gone. So they need to look for a more. See, nobody can take anything away from the combination of Gabriel and William Saliba. Perfect. But now that Saliba is out, there's this player they signed, Koyo, or what's his name?
Jacob Kiwior.
He's not been able to get himself into the team. Obviously, Arteta favors Rob Holding more than Kiwior, but then it's not worked. They've considered 11 goals in 4 games. A team that considered only 19 goals in 13 games, they've considered 11 in 4. So they definitely need to strengthen more in that defense. But in the out of the midfield, I mean, if they're able to get Declan Rice, it changes everything.
Should they go back for Caicedo?
I don't know. I think I would rather prefer they go for Declan Rice rather than Caicedo, because if Partey is not playing well, it exposes everything about Arsenal. If Xhaka is not on his day, if you get worked up, if you picked up any early yellow card, there's no credible or dependable replacement. And this is the Champions League that we're talking about. Arsenal is going to be playing the Champions League. They will definitely want to compete for the Premier League. They will still play the League Cup. They will still play the FA Cup. So they've got more competitions to play now. They need to strengthen. The defense is really important. The midfield, very important. And the attack. I don't know why Arsenal cannot go for Ivan Toney right now. He betters Gabriel Jesus for me 100%. 100%.
Okay, we had a mid-contact with Mason Mount, and how does Mason Mount fit into this Arsenal team?
He's the perfect alternative for Xhaka. So he gives them depth in midfield. He can play the other guy position.
And he's more fluid.
He can play the other guy's position, but no, you don't put the creative burden on Mason Mount. He can pass, but you don't want all your passes to be on Mason Mount. He's not that good of a passer to be the main creative source of the team. But what he can do is he has legs. He can be your shot line, can be your box-to-box guy. He can play, the occasional good pass. He also has the eye for goal, which is more than what Xhaka has. So what
and
he has,
English.
I don't know. I don't know how that is a plus for us. Maybe for registration purposes. But in terms of agility, in terms of use, in terms of energy, in terms of Mason Mount to run around and give you a shift even when he's not playing well. So I think it will be a good signing. I still think Liverpool is his best destination, but I think it will be a good signing for us now.
All right, we are streaming live on Facebook and also on YouTube. You can go there to drop your comment. Yes, the guys are not giving Chelsea a chance against Arsenal tonight in the Premier League game that will be happening at the Emirates Stadium. Are you seeing any light at all for Chelsea in this game? Or
if you see any light, it's phone touch light too.
Or it's just Arsenal all the way. So you can go to our Facebook and our YouTube platform, Mainland 90.3 FM, to drop your comment. It actually me says, evening everyone, Frank James, Tunde Young Lampard. I love your shirt. It's colorful. Arsenal versus just they play FC will end in tears for the second anthem. Chelsea will lose badly. In Defo, Jotan says, as Triple O checked his jam score.
That's true. That result is out today. But Triple didn't write jam now. Which result is he checking? Triple, is that something you're not telling us?
In there for
You feel like saying you and this person sit down together for the same seat doing job.
but yeah, this guy don't reach me at all. Well, moving on. Okay, I don't know. This person says, please, is Tunde Young married? Day for Jotam. Well, when he comes back into the studio, he will answer.
I can't. People's marital status these days is
It's not my
undefined.
business.
It's not my business. When it comes, he will answer.
St. Michael's on Facebook says, amazing evening to you guys in the studio. All these betting companies are really disrespecting Chelsea. When Agbalagba is Shelang Balangba.
Put your money where your mouth is. If you put 2K, that's 12,000 plus.
Well, Opeyemi is now getting used to it. Adekunle Sylvester says, good evening, Sport Cruise from Airport Road, Nacho. Thank you very much. So the question is still out there. Do you see anything at all for Chelsea against Arsenal? Or is just Arsenal going to use Chelsea to pick form like they normally do when they play against Chelsea and like they've done in recent times? 0913-600-0410. Senegal have made it 3 against host nation Algeria at the under-17 African Cup of Nations. They are beating the host like say no be there host the competition. 3-0.
The player just came in.
3-0 Senegal lead. I said I have my high set on them. They've been fantastic so far, attacking with
But the
intent
Senegalese are so
and
tall.
very decisive. The Golden Eaglet players are also tall. That's one thing I've noticed about most of these under-17 players. Well taking goal right there. Clinical finish. When you get your chances, you take them. If only the Golden Eaglet can be this clinical when they play, even though they are so good when they play. The putting the ball in the back of them.
The player that scored now just came in about 2 minutes ago.
That is what happens when you play for a team that creates chances. You get your chances, whether you like it or not. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call to join the conversation. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is
Tayo.
okay, Tayo from Igondo. Welcome. Let's have your take.
Yes, it's like people know it's giving Chelsea chance. Chelsea did not have any chance. I wish Chelsea know that they are losing tonight again. So, I will just expect them to win. They are not winning. Just want to see this season to end like that. So that next season, we now plan ourselves very well. Chelsea won don't show. We got one level.
Okay, I want just the play FC, like it's actually been said on YouTube.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's take the next call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Jamie.
Welcome, Jamie. Let's have your take.
That Chelsea they go and get a draw. That's not force in the diamond against after and everything. The only God I have them. They will play 3 to go. And that is better than Saturday this season. They cannot do so at all.
Okay.
When in matter, they will crumble.
Okay.
Although I want to ask you this to the Liga fans.
Okay, go
Are you
on.
hearing me?
Go on, he can hear you.
The 2 questions, number 1, who will win the PTC? Number 1. Number 2, within this 5 players, who will do the player of your season?
Okay, player of the season.
Benzema, Lewandowski, Griezmann, and Stegen, goalkeeper of Barcelona. That is the 2 questions.
Okay. So the first question.
I think Lewandowski
Pichichi.
should get the job done.
What
with
did you just
Pichichi.
say?
Roberto Lewandowski.
Okay.
How does it sound to
He
you?
sounded like Romando.
Have you checked your jam scores?
Roberto
Go and check
Lewandowski
it.
for the
I think he
PTG.
will get. Although there's still games to play. There's still about 8 games, if I'm not mistaken, to play. Yes, 18 point. No, not 8 games. There's still 6 games to play in the La Liga.
Barca
So,
played at 3.
yes. So games can still go either ways.
Okay.
It can still go anywhere.
And
But
for
for
player
the player
of
of
the
the
season,
season, Antoine Griezmann had been really explosive this season.
So you give it to
but it's
Griezmann?
very rare for you to get a goalkeeper win it. And I think the testament of Ter Stegen is the fact that the Barcelona defense have been very compact, despite the fact that they've got really young boys getting the job done at the back for them. But I think I will go for Antoine Griezmann.
Okay.
I think he's done exceptionally
now
well.
for the Golden Boot race, Lewandowski has 19 goals. Benzema has 17 goals.
But the thing is, Benzema scored 3 hat-tricks last season,
So-
last month alone.
So Benzema
Won
with
the Champions
17,
League, 2 in the La
Lewandowski
Liga.
with 19. So the chase for the Golden Boot right there is really a tough one for them. Talking about Lewandowski, Benzema, Oselu is there, but he's in distant 14. So now you can just say the battle is between Karim Benzema and Robert Lewandowski. Now let's go back to the phone line 0913-600-0410. Arsenal, they host Chelsea tonight. Is there anything good that can come out of this game for Chelsea, or do you think Arsenal will use Chelsea to beat her? Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, greatness. Where are you calling from?
Greatness in Abara.
Welcome. Let's have your take quickly.
Actually, it is a shame when a team spend more than over 600 million pounds, and a team that did not even spend quarter of that money in the season, and 20 fans are saying Arsenal will use it to do better. It's a shame. I know if it's Man City now, everybody is doing their head. The fans are doing it, is not doing it. But look at Chelsea. It's a shameful thing, a big shame. To all Chelsea boards, the players, the coaches, the fans. It is woeful. You guys don't even have Chelsea fans are calling, saying they don't even have confidence going to Arsenal. To pick a draw. We're not even talking about winning. Pick a draw there. Arsenal will trust them. As me, actually, I want really Chelsea to win. But why will I put hope on something we don't do? It's not better let me go and cast my hope on Newcastle when I know Newcastle can even get a draw for me. It's a shame. It's a big shame.
All right. Thank you very much. Greatness. Big shame for Chelsea fans. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Triple. Tunde Young.
Good evening. We greet you.
Yeah, this is Jesse from Shemolu.
Welcome. Let's have your take.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm a Madrid fan, but I sympathize with Chelsea. I started following Chelsea because of the African players that were there. They are Nico, Boba, Esen, and Saleh. But sometimes when people talk about Chelsea spending money and they are not doing well, I laugh at them. The reason is simple. Let's Chelsea has spent this money. Which coach do they have on ground that you will be comparing them with other things that are doing well? Sometimes it's not even about the money, it's about the stability of the team. Key coach. You can spend 2 billion on players, but if you don't have a stable coach, a good coach, a practical coach, it won't work. That's why when we are calling Lampard. Anyway, Lampard to me is a greedy person and he's a failure. I will just say that in terms of coaching because he refuses to learn from his mistakes. It's always walking back to coaching. Look at what happened to Senegal. Where is he now? You have to go and rest. If you are not, you take the step and it didn't work for you, go back and learn from the mistakes. You wrote that to come and prove a point. And 2 years ago, about to me, Lapa is the great in terms of coaching.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your take. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call. You are streaming live on Facebook and also on YouTube. You can drop your comment right there on Facebook and on YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM to drop your comment on Facebook and also on YouTube. On Facebook, Iguala Ami Sachs Isad says, good evening. A nice work there. Thank you very much for your comment. Keep your comment coming in on this platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call. Hello, good evening. Okay, do well to call us back if you can. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, your name and location, please.
This is Akorede calling from Ayobo.
Welcome, Akorede.
They are not that poor this season. Just that they don't have luck to score. So we shocked the world this night by losing to go to 0. Good night. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your take right there. Yes, Arsenal have not considered. They've not considered fewer goals than Chelsea in the Premier League. Arsenal have conceded. Okay, they've considered fewer. They've considered 38. I was looking at the number 1 team on the log. I was looking at Manchester City because I'm used to seeing Arsenal on top of the table. I forgot that they are former leaders. So Arsenal have considered 38. Chelsea have considered 35 goals. Right there. 0913
Did you see the transition of this Senegalese?
I mean, they are so good. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, your name and location.
My name is Bernard, calling from Surrey.
Welcome, Bernard. Let's have your take.
I think Arsenal actually beat Chelsea by 2-0.
Okay, Arsenal to beat Chelsea by 2-0.
Despite what people are saying that the sky is always blue, Arsenal will beat Chelsea to reclaim top spot.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for your take. Bernard, Barcelona are currently in action against Osasuna. 22 minutes of play. That game is goalless between Barca and Osasuna. Barca are playing at home. And Dusky has a chance to increase his Busquets and Pedri. And in the back, they've got Balde, Christensen. 9 p.m. tonight, Real Sociedad will welcome Real Madrid.
But yes, looking at the match,
Fixing.
any match because looking at the table.
Oh, no good. They will
Interesting on signing this document.
Take the next call, 0913 600 0410.
Go from Baja.
Michael, you're welcome.
Manager signing. You see, I always like when Chelsea might decide to do. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I know how we are forming, but the crowd.
Anything can
This is Villa.
games in play.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that. Well, the game between Senegal and the host nation.
All right, we have to go on the show. We'll be back tomorrow. Yes, Brighton.
Okay, yeah. Liverpool official during post-match media interview constitute improper conduct in that it implied bias and all questioned the integrity of the referee. Yes, he has until 5th of